Addiction and ADHD, wired for more. ADHD in recovery is like trying to quiet a storm while standing in the middle of it. The racing thoughts, impulsive urges, and constant need for stimulation don't just disappear when we put the substances down. In fact, sometimes sobriety makes that internal chaos even louder. But recovery gives us the tools to slow things down, to breathe, to pause, to respond instead of react. We learn that we don't have to chase every thought or every act on every feeling. Stillness becomes strength. Structure becomes freedom. And the same mind that once felt like a curse starts to become a gift. ADHD doesn't disqualify us from recovery. It just means that we have to approach it with honesty, with intention, and with grace. Healing starts when we stop running and we start listening, because you, like me, were wired for more. This episode of the Recovery Couch is brought to you by J.B. Davis at Performance Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. For integrity, service, and unbeatable deals, ask for J.B. in Centerville and tell them the Recovery Couch sent you. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Recovery Couch. This is Wired for More, a 12-part series about the overlap between ADHD and addiction and the hard work of healing from both. I'm your host, Brandon Couch, and my full story is coming this fall in Step 4, a journey through addiction. If you want to support the mission, go to Kickstarter.com and search Help Publish Step 4. Recovery is hard enough, but recovery with ADHD is like trying to build a house on shifting ground. You want structure, but you hate routine. You need stillness, but your mind is still sprinting. Everyone seems to say just take it one day at a time, but your brain is already 3 weeks ahead and 5 years behind all at once. And I know that because that was me. Early recovery felt like trading one specific kind of chaos for another kind of chaos. I wasn't using anymore, but now I was sitting with all this noise that I used to numb and run from. And that's when it hit me. If I didn't learn how to slow down the chaos inside of me, then I'd never be able to stay clean. So I started small. Not with perfect routines, but tiny little rhythms, a consistent wake-up time, a 5-minute breathing practice, a journal with half-finished pages, a few solid people I could text instead of spiraling into isolation. I stopped trying to become disciplined in the traditional sense, and I started becoming anchored into these tiny rhythms. And listen to me, man, it's still messy sometimes. And some days I'm on point, some days I'm scattered, but every time I slow down just enough to be present and mindful, then I get a little bit stronger. I get a little more anchored. So if you're trying to recover with an ADHD brain, then I want you to hear this. You don't fail sometimes because it's too hard for you. You're actually growing because you haven't quit when things do get hard. So be gentle with yourself, because you, my friend, you're just like me, and you were wired for more. This episode of the Recovery Couch is made possible by True Story Media. True Story Media helps people like you turn your story into a platform for hope. Whether it's podcasting, publishing, or public speaking, True Story Media will help you tell the truth out loud. Visit www.recoverycouch.com to learn more. Let's cover a few practical and research-backed facts on how to slow down with ADHD. Number 1, movement helps you slow down. Walking, stretching, lifting weights can reduce restlessness and improve focus by burning off excess energy and increasing dopamine levels. 2, mindfulness actually works. Practicing mindfulness, even if it's just 5 minutes per day, can help train your brain to pause before you react. Number 3, slowing down is a skill, not a personality trait. Those of us with ADHD can learn how to slow down through things like therapy and intentional habits, because it's not about changing who we are, but changing how we move through this world. And lastly, sleep is the foundation. A lack of sleep makes ADHD symptoms worse, especially the symptoms of impulsivity and emotional regulation. Protecting our rest is one of the most powerful ways to slow everything down. If you are looking for extra support, then join us at the Recovery Couch Inner Circle on Patreon. It's where we go deeper with bonus episodes, Q&As, and early access to new content. And don't miss our upcoming guests, Henry Wannery, author of Procrastination, and an awesome interview. We're also excited to welcome Michael Thompson, author of The Heart of a Warrior, leader of Zoe Ministries. We are super duper looking forward to that. And don't forget to check out our interview with Ryan Kennedy. It just released last week. Pastor and founder of Free Recovery Community in Denver. It was a fantastic interview, and I think you'll love it. And one more thing, if you believe in this message, visit us at Kickstarter.com and search Help Publish Step 4. Every pledge brings us closer to releasing this book that can change lives. Recovery with ADHD is not about being perfect. It's about being present. And every time you slow down the chaos, then you reclaim a piece of yourself. You are not broken. You are not behind. And you are just like me, wired for more. This episode of the Recovery Couch is brought to you by Greg Swartz at Remax Victory and Affiliates. Whether you're buying or selling your home, Greg brings heart, hustle, and honesty to every deal. Call Greg at 937-477-8975 today. Addiction and ADHD, wired for more. In this episode of the Recovery Couch, we explored what it means to slow down when your brain is wired for speed. ADHD didn't disappear just because recovery began. In fact, those early days of sobriety often made the mental noise even louder. Racing thoughts, impulsive urges, and the constant need to do something were all part of the chaos. We unpacked practical strategies for slowing it down, from using movement to release excess energy to practicing mindfulness as a way to pause before reacting. We looked at how to build structure that helped calm the storm. We emphasized that slowing down wasn't about changing who we were. It was about learning to meet our minds with compassion and intention. This episode serves as a powerful reminder that stillness is possible, even with ADHD. And in that stillness, we will find clarity, we will find healing, and we will find strength, the strength to carry out our mission, because the good Lord knows that He wired us for more.